Can everyone hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just try to signify.
Yes, we can.
Oh,
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
nice. Thank you.
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. So let's begin already. Um, Good evening, everyone. Trust very good. Trust within. Okay. All right. So I'll be sharing my screen shortly, just so we can start. Let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, I really hope my screen is clear. Is it?
Yes, it is.
All right, beautiful. So, a quick recap. Once again, thank you guys for joining. Joining this really means, for most of us, we are intentional about our growth. We are intentional about this whole, journey we are about to embark upon in tech, and really want to gain that insightful knowledge on what exactly we are to do. And we started this whole session yesterday, and we delved into quite a number of roles: front-end development, back-end development, full-stack development, DevOps engineering, cloud engineering, data analysis, AI engineering, and all of that. I mean, DevOps took us on data analysis, AI engineering, data science, and co. And from reviews we got, right, they were very impactful, and I'm glad we got one or two things. And I'm sure that some of us really would have seen something that catches our fancy, right? Like I said yesterday, it doesn't end there. This is really just the beginning to the things to come, right? You pick a skill at the end of this 3-day, I don't know if I'm calling it training, but at the end of this 3-day, sessions, we are going to be having some sort of review, so we can know which skill you want to, pick, right? And the essence is just so we can now create a community out of all of this, and we can always, grow together. So that said, today we are going to be looking at a number of skills, starting with blockchain engineering, mobile app development, site reliability engineering, data engineer, graphic designer, motion designer, UI designer, product designer. And this is why we also have a speaker joining us, and he will be talking about product design, UI design, and related fields. So I hope you're ready for what's coming. I'm going to begin with blockchain engineering. Are we together? Can you hear me? Okay, beautiful. So blockchain engineering, right? Thank you so much for the feedback. Blockchain engineering, really, what exactly is it when we say someone is a blockchain engineer? Now, a blockchain engineer basically is someone who builds applications, who builds systems on decentralized web. Okay, and people call that Web3. Now, you remember when I talked about front-end engineering, back-end engineer, and all of those things. Today, all they do is building on Web2. By the way, we could have front-end engineers building on Web3, right? But a typical front-end engineer most times would be building a Web2 product. And what even makes a product a Web2 or Web3 product is the fact that Web2 products are centralized, right? When you say something is centralized, it only means that you have someone governing that thing, right? But when you say, on the other hand, something is decentralized, it means it's not really governed by a certain entity, but rather it's open to all, and transparent for everyone to interact with. Okay, so back to the skill. Blockchain engineer is someone who creates smart contracts, right? They write smart contract, they build decentralized applications. These applications, they call dApps, right? Applications that basically run on blockchain network. Okay, what do? They write tests, they deploy smart contracts and all of that. Now, main thing we are going into is what the soft skills needed. Now, why would you say this is a path for you? If you have a security first mindset, right? If you are known to be forward thinking, if you are known to be detail oriented, and if you are able to grasp the concepts of smart contracts, blockchain, if all of those things are what excites you, then this is your go-to guy. Okay, it's a role for innovators, builders, and people that are excited about the potential of decentralization, cryptocurrencies, and building something for the new generation in terms of financial and social applications. By the way, there's more. They are like more in depth to blockchain as a whole, right? And that's why we still plan in future to have specialized sessions like this for just these skills. Okay. So, but right now, since we are trying to cover quite a number of skills, we just want to touch, the tip for all, just so you know what it's all about. Mobile app developer, which is the next. Who is a mobile app developer? Now, you'd some of you right now on this call are probably on this call with your phone, right? And the app you used is probably a app called Google Meet, right? Definitely an app called Google Meet, by the way. And you are only able to use this app because it was gotten on probably App Store or Play Store, right? And this app was generated is what we call, is just a sample of what we call mobile app, as opposed to what you call a website. Where I am right now is a website, a web application. But when you say something is a mobile app, something that runs on mobile and you really can download it from your app stores to run natively on your phone. Now, a mobile app developer is someone who specializes in creating applications for mobile devices like phones and tablets, right? What are the tools? A lot of people are here. The people this shows them all. Oh, okay. I thought that was a message. Okay, what are the tools needed for you to, effectively be a mobile app developer? You should be able to know tools like JavaScript. We talked about JavaScript yesterday. JavaScript. Calling. Okay, I think someone was trying to ring the group. We talked about JavaScript yesterday. We talked about other languages of front end. However, some of these languages also apply to a mobile app developer. Now, why am I saying this? Some of you may already be into front end. You may already understand some things on front end, but you say, "Oh, I want to do more, right? I want to be able to, go into some other skills that can pay me better," but you don't know which to go into. This could be your pick. So we have React Native. So if you know React already, you probably want to go for React Native also, right? And then delve into mobile app development. We have Flutter. We have that. So those are cross-platform tools I just mentioned, right? Languages. For Android, you can specialize on Kotlin or Java, then understand how to use Android Studio also. Then for iOS, you can use Swift or Xcode. Okay, so understanding this, yes, the class is recorded, Lukman. Yeah. Understanding these principles, understanding mobile UI UX principles also gives you an edge, right? So that's also something you need to understand. Like for some mobile app developer, if you're able to understand how the UI UX principles goes, it also gives you an edge in building great mobile apps. Now, what are soft skills you need? Patience, definitely. In fact, you need this for almost all skills. But then patience for debugging on different devices, because however it looks on your iOS, it also needs to look nice on your Android, especially if you are developed for cross-platform. It also needs to look nice on your tablet. So patience, user empathy, problem-solving skills within constraint of a small screen and mobile hardware. And who is this role for? If you're passionate about devices you use every day, you want to create applications that people can just use on the go and stuff, then this is This is a guy. And if like me, you don't want to have to write one code for desktop, one for mobile responsiveness. Now you just want to have one code for all of that. This also is your guy. So there are links for this learning resources, free and paid, on this document. Like someone asked me when we will be sharing this document, I said it will be shared tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. So just Angon will share that tomorrow, so that by that time I've walked you through the whole thing. So yeah, the next skill is site reliability engineer. So who is this person? It's basically a software engineer that's focused on the application's reliability, performance, and scalability. Right. So this role basically treats operations. It treats problems as well software challenges, and they aim to automate manual work to create resilient systems. Right. So all this person is focused on is, how does this application function? Is this application scalable enough? Does it perform so well? Is it optimal? Do you understand? From the word, right? We are ensuring that it is reliable enough, whatever software you're building. Okay, so they write code to automate tasks, to monitor the service levels, and to just manage the whole system. So delving into this kind of skill is not a fundamental skill like, say, front end or back end, right? For you to have to say you want to delve into a skill like this, you have probably walked the path of being a front end engineer, a back end engineer, and you understand things from both worlds, right? To be able to say, oh, you just want to focus on the application's reliability. Do you get? So there are some skills like that still that need skills from other skills. You need to have understanding of other skills before you can delve into that. So that's something. So what are the tools you require for this? Strong software engineering fundamentals, say Python, Go. You also have understanding of system administration, right? And infrastructure automation. We talked about something infrastructure related yesterday when we were talking about cloud engineering. So Kubernetes, Terraform, all of these things are things you want to understand how they work. And what are soft skills you need? You need to be able to stay calm under pressure. I think we talked about this for DevOps thing yesterday. So yeah, stay calm under pressure, methodological approach to any incident that may happen, and you should have excellent problem solving skills. So see these guys as not just the guys that build. They necessarily do not need to build, right? But they necessarily need to ensure that whatever is being done, right, can scale, is reliable, right, and there is not necessarily manual work. You understand? So that's where these guys come in. So this role is for software engineers who are passionate about reliability and performance of applications. So yeah, this data engineer is not supposed to be here because they've all talked about this already. Yeah, graphic designer. So who is a graphic designer? I think this is like very common, sort of, but as much as people would say, oh, it's a very basic skill, I know how to do it and stuff. Mind you, there are people that just focus on this skill and they make good money, right? And it just has to do with positioning also, right? Now, a graphic designer is someone who creates visual concepts to communicate ideas. Someone basically, does things with things regarding marketing, branding, advertising, and with products and stuff. They design logos, materials, flyers, and whatnot. And what skills do they need? Photoshop, Illustrator, and perhaps InDesign, right, for industry standard. You need to understand design principles, color theory, typography, layout, hierarchy, right? These are skills you need to understand to be able to design great stuff. A lot of people design today, but not everyone understands design principles. Okay, so when you're able to understand this, you do some designs and they're iconic. It doesn't mean a lot of physical effort was put into it, but a lot of mental effort because of the fact that you understood the design principles put into them. That's why you see iconic logos today, and they're charging the people that built it, that designed it, millions, right? Now, it's not because they used a whole lot of tools to do that, but just because they were able to what gather the design principles they had to build something iconic. So if you're able to pick this skill and narrow down to understand the nitty-gritty, you may just be among the very few that get a whole lot from this skill. Okay, so soft skill needed: creativity, strong communication to understand client needs, and time management also to manage multiple projects, because that happens a lot, especially when one is just trying to do the whole thing, and that could be something. So yeah, who is this role for? If you're someone who loves branding, if you are someone who loves visuals, if you are someone who loves advertising, you love creating compelling visuals to just tell a story, then this is for you, right? You don't want to code, you don't want to have to do with anything coding and stuff. You're just someone who is moved with visuals, then this works perfectly for you. Okay, so there are also learning resources here. By the way, this is one of the skills we would also be having classes on in coming times, right? We'll communicate on the group when we are about to have some classes for specialized skills. That's after we have all given our reviews. Okay, so motion designer, this is also another interesting skill, and I think not everyone really looks into this skill, right? Fun fact, in my years in this old tech thing, because I've done quite a number of things, right? And one of those times I delved into this guy, but my laptop didn't allow me to at the time. So, but it's a very, very interesting skill, motion design, because at this point you're moving just ahead of a regular graphic designer in quotes towards animating those visual effects that has been created. Mind you also understand design principles. You also understand, how to create aesthetically pleasing visuals, right? But now you are now taking it a step further by what? Creating animations, creating mobile app transitions. I have a video I saw during the week. A product, a startup was launching their product, and what they did was they didn't give you a demo. They didn't say, oh, download our app and do this and do that. They basically just gave someone to animate everything a UI UX designer has designed, and they used that to do the advertisement. Now, what has happened? They necessarily needed to show you how this thing works, but without doing some video with people in it, or all of those things. They basically used what they had, and that would have only happened with a motion designer. So if you are here, you are a graphic designer right now, and you feel like, oh, I want to do something a bit more compelling, something more rewarding, right, cash wise, I think you should go for this. So basically what they do is they take static designs, right, add movements to it, add animations, keyframes, right, and they animate them. They can have even add a voiceover and just make the whole thing interactive. Are you guys with me? A few emojis and I continue. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so what tools do you need? What tools do you... Oh, Samuel, you have your hands raised. Do you want to say something? If you want to say something, you can even unmute and just talk.
No.
Okay, thanks.
No.
Yeah, so what tools are required? After Effects. This was one that was lagging my system at the time. After Effects, Premiere Pro, Cinema 4D, right? And understanding animation principles, because aside understanding design principles, there are also animation principles. Understanding timing, spacing, the easing techniques, right? Storytelling, video editing, and all of those things. By the way, there is a particular site, I think easings.co. Yeah. So a site like this, devs use it, and even animators use it also. Not to worry, sites like this, resources like this will share to the group at some point or the other, right? So, but the essence of this is just for you to understand an overview of how this whole thing works. Okay, this is 8:25. I need to ensure that I'm keeping to time. Okay, so what soft skill do you need? We talked about it. Great sense of timing and rhythm, creativity, attention to detail, and patience for rendering. This is even very important because you really could have your fun fact. When I was still trying to delve into this, I had, I think, a 1 minute or 2 minutes animation, and it took like hours before the whole thing was done. So it takes quite a lot of time to render, and once you have that patience, I think you're good. So yeah, who is this role for? Creative individuals who think in motion and they are passionate about adding a layer of polish and storytelling to design experiences. So yeah, learning resources you could check out. And yeah, so the next we have is UI designer. So at this point, this is where I get to call on Adedayo, is our product designer, to give his presentation on this, and talk to us about this. I like the fact that we are all sending emojis. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Adedayo, are you ready right now?
Yes, boss. I
All
am
right,
ready.
sir. My guy is calling me boss. Imagine. Okay. Thank you. So, would you need to share your screen or it's verbal?
Yes, I will.
Okay, sure.
I will.
Sure. I'm stopping my presentation right now.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Can we all
boss.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah, please let's drop an emoji. Let's drop an emoji to be sure everyone is present. Can we see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Good. Are you the only one in the class? This one, everyone is now muted. What's going on? Let's talk.
I'm here also.
No.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good
Yeah.
evening.
I can hear you. I can't see.
Yes, boss. Okay. Welcome, everyone. And I want to actually thank Mr. Simi for his privilege to be with you guys and share one or two stuff that I know, even though everyone, we are still learning and work in progress, right? So discover your fit in tech, and I'll be speaking as a product designer, so a product designer's perspective, right? And however, I'll be using myself as an example most of the time because let me move to the next slide. So because my journey, I started as a graphic designer, then I transitioned into brand design and art directing. Then I now move into product, that's UX design. And to be sincere, the journey hasn't been that easy, but you have to just keep pushing till we get there. So starting off as a graphic design, it's like Mr. Simi said initially, you just have to design something appealing for people to see. Infographics, yeah, happy birthday, boss, or we are having this tech event. That's practically like graphic design, passing information through still or motion graphics, right? Then I just feel like there is more for me aside just designing still graphics. I've worked with brands like Tetmoso, Checkers Custard, like tons of brands like that, but I just know there is more. And that part of you that you just want to give more to yourself. So I transitioned into brand designing, whereby I designed logo and brand identity for brands, right? And from there, I just feel, okay, I think there's still more things to do. That was when my colleague, my friends are now talking about product design. So I had to look it up and okay, what is product design? And I get to understand that this is actually what I love doing, because product design is basically solving problem. Have I not been solving problem? Yes, I have been solving problem. But with product design, I take it a little bit further than the way it used to be, right? So let's move forward. Tech generally, or technology generally, is a very, very beautiful thing, and is a big enough space for everyone to find their place and keep exploring. Do we get that? So moving on. Right now, yesterday, I was in class yesterday, and the speaker talked about coding, not just being tech. Mr. Simi to talk about technology being maybe you are a front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack, and the likes. But coming to look at it, if you listen to them yesterday, it can kind of be a little bit overwhelming, because you'll be like, okay, I don't want to do coding. I don't want to do all these things these guys are talking about. I just want to design app and all. So this is where I am coming, like, tech is more than coding. So if you don't want to, because to be sincere with you, coding is not an easy journey. It's not easy. Don't let anyone lie to you. But if you don't want to learn coding, if you don't want to learn front end, back end, full stack, all those stack, if you don't want to learn them, now you can be a designer, which is UI UX. UX is practically user experience, and UI is user interface. And you can learn graphics designs too. Then we have people that are not coding. We still have product manager and product marketers. And we have QA testers and data analysis, and everyone have their role to play, right? And I will try to explain each and every one of these in a very short time. Okay, so moving on. So why product design? Very simple and short, is for us to solve problem. See, any other point that is below or behind here is just additional, because the real and the basic essence of any product designer is to solve problem. And if you are designing any app that is not solving problem, you are actually doing the wrong thing. Like if you design anything and your user or any user have to think about it before they will be able to use it, you have failed as a product designer. Sorry to use the word fail, but actually that's it. So why product design? First of all, solving real user problem. Example, I'm a tech person and I work in my house. I don't have anywhere to go to, but I don't have to go out, and I need to get food. I need to eat, and I don't want to step out because I'm in a meeting or I have other stuff to do. So how would they be able to solve the problem? By creating an app like Child Deck, like Jumia Food and the likes. So that is you guys solving a problem as a product designer. So I'll be able to come there and order food. I don't have to step out. They have saved my time, creating simple experiences for users. I'm designing useful products that are not just pretty, because to be sincere with you, you will see some product that they just look very beautiful, very nice interface, but the experiences with users is nothing to write up about. So that is another reason why we as a product designer, we exist. We create simple experience that is designing useful products that are not just pretty, but are useful to users. Then collaborating with devs, that's developers, like the front-end developers, the back-end developers, the PMs, that is product manager or product marketer. We have to collaborate with them, and also shaping the look and the feel of every product. You as a product designer, you now determine how you want user to feel when they are using an app, or the experience you want them to have when using any application. Is that a website, web app, mobile app, anything? Think of it. You as a product designer, you have the right and the power to determine how they feel and what they see on the app. So moving on. Yeah, so another code, say you don't have to know all to start. Just start small, stay consistent, and watch how far you can grow in tech. That is basically what it entails though. So moving on to the skills and tools in UX design. So as a product designer, as a UI designer, as a UX designer, as a UI UX designer, our first skill that we need to know is how to empathize with user. That's empathy and problem solving. So problem solving skills, I'm still using Child Deck. We have tons of people that they may be in meeting and they won't even have time to go to maybe the place or Chicken Republic or all those fancy restaurants to go and get lunch. So me solving problems for them is the part that I have to create an application that is easy for them to use and like navigate just to order whatever they need to order. That's the function of the product designer, and that's me coming there to solve a problem. Another thing is visual design and user flows. So when I talk about visual designs, is whereby I determine what you see, how you like the graphic. Here, let me use the graphics that you see. Okay, now you will see the navigation button, you will see the menu button, you will see the add to cart, you see the pre-order button. Those are the visual designs and the user flows on each of the app. And those are the skills that we need to have as a product designer, which during the course of this whole training, we'll get to understand that. Then we have collaboration and communication skills. It is very important because if you check online lately, you will see designer coming online to rant that I designed this, my developer developed this. Meanwhile, if there is good collaboration and communication skills between the team, there won't be issue with that, right? So we need, as a product designer, you need to develop the collaboration and communication skills also. Then the tools we need to use. We have plenty tools. I've lately been hearing people saying that they design a website with Canva. The major and like the most used application as a product designer is Figma. Meanwhile, when we move on, I will show us like other applications though. Then discovering your fit and transitioning tips. So let me start with you discovering your fit. So you have to reflect. Anybody that meets me like Adedayo, I want to learn product design. I will ask you, do you actually have interest in it? Because what are your interests? Is it because you heard that people are making money in tech? That's why you want to come into tech? Or first of all, you need to reflect. What are your interests? Then you have to explore. Once you know your interests, if it's product design or graphic design or developers or like front end, back end, full stack, you want to learn. So now you have to explore, like try courses. Right now, if anyone asks me, what do I do in my leisure time? I tell them, I watch YouTube. I'm always on YouTube. I'm always on LinkedIn. I'm always on Udacity or I'm always on those platforms just to see one or two things to learn. Then you have to give yourself projects that can help you, Then you have to network. Platform like this part, there's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, there's a lot of platforms whereby you can network with people. Then be patient. Mr. Simi was saying that you have to be patient. It takes time because we are saying everything looks sweet and you can picture or imagine yourself in the next 3 months. No, you have to be patient. In the next 3 months, it can happen that you land a job, but to be sincere with you, sometimes it's not possible, sometimes it's possible. So you just time and you have to be patient, right? So transitioning tips. First of all, you have to start small. You have to look for free resources and projects to handle. Because lately on the internet, you see a lot of people telling you or claiming they are product designers, but they have half-baked knowledge. They don't even have projects that they are proud of to show in their portfolio. So you have to start small. If it's for you to start designing like welcome screen, home page, add to cart, sign out screen, all those kind of stuff, then look for free resources. When I mean free resources, you can see a shortcut courses online that will say, okay, how to handle this project, how to do user research, how to do this, how to do information architecture, how to handle user flow, how to do site mapping, how to do A and B testing. Like, you just have to look for free resources and projects to build. Then, followed by you build a portfolio or a case study for yourself. Then you have to find a mentor and community to join. So if you are here already, I think you are halfway done. But the mentor part, Mr. Simiz can be your mentor. Me, I'm still learning, so I don't think I have the power to be anyone's mentor yet. Then, moving on, you have to stay consistent. Progress equals perfection. You can't tell me you are going to the gym, you lift 20 kg today, you did like 1 million reps, then you didn't go to the gym again after 3 months. You can't get the muscle. You have to go there every day, progress. Then you see the perfection, because if they give you assignments in the course of this program, once you do the assignment, you are getting better at whatever you do. So that is it. Moving on, things to do. Yeah. First of all, you need to get to know the design tools. Follow tutorials. Hunt design reference. Like if Mr. Simi posts something online and you like it, redesign it. When I was starting on, in fact, should I bust you guys bubble? When Mr. Simi sent me this creative, I do graphics, but I've not been doing it consistently because I focus more on product design. When I saw like, let me just recreate this now. To be sincere, I recreated it. I'm a graphic designer. I have more than 4 years experience in doing this. But at this stage, I still recreate what I see that people are doing. And maybe, not that I don't know it too, I just feel like, let me try the same thing this person did and see if it can add to my knowledge. So we have to like copy. If somebody do A, you to do the A, nobody will beat you. You are learning. There are platforms whereby you can see good designs and copy them. There's no harm in copying, but not just copyright. Copy the right thing. Then you have to observe. You have to imitate people. You have to modify. So what did I mean? If I design a dashboard, you observe it, you imitate what I did, and you kind of do better, advance the design. Yeah. So I was talking about the tools the other time. So for design tools here, we have this free form. Actually, they are for you doing your research, doing documentations and all. We have Miro and the likes. Then for you to keep your file, I use Dropbox or Google Drive. Then for the design tools. So basically for me, I use Figma or Sketch or Photoshop or SD. For now, I don't think SD is really functioning, but I learned it when I was starting to. Then for prototyping too, Figma has everything you want. But to be sincere with you, when you try InVision, man, they have some crazy stuff. Prototype, like a lot of them, even Framer. There's no harm in trying all this stuff. And lastly, tech isn't just for coders, it's for creator. So when I mean creator, people that want to solve problems, people that can dream, people that have solutions, people that will see, tech is for people that see problem in everything and want to provide solution for it. And there are people like you. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you.
Thank
Do
you
we have
so
any questions?
much.
Thank you.
Your slides are very visually stunning.
Very solid, very solid. We would see to it to say that you can share it with us. Yeah, Omotosho Messi, you raise your hand. Do you have a question?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
So,
Good evening.
I want to ask about the product design and UI UX. Is there a difference? Because I noticed we were just talking about one, product design mainly. So is there a difference between the two?
Okay. So to be sincere with you, there's no difference. I'm being sincere here because the role of a product design is to handle both user research or user experience and user interface designs. It is called product design. So when you say UI design, is user interface designer. Actually, some people specialize. I have someone that works with me that said our own role is user experience design. She doesn't know how to even pick a lot of things in Figma, but she uses maybe FigJam for her work, Miro and the likes. That's UX design. Then we have people like me that can do both. We call it UI UX designer or product designer. They are the same. It's just this job thing that people are looking for that makes them. You see somebody that will call you associate product designer. They will call some people intermediate social. All of us, we are product designer or we are UI UX designer. In fact, right now, I have CV for product design job. I have CV for UI UX. It's the same thing, but the industry, they just some HR will just sit down and give name, just tell you they want exceptionally international product design, like very funny stuff, but they are all the same. Thank you.
Thanks for your question. Thank you, Mr. Fad. Any other person has a question for him? Pending the time we get that, this 8:45 and we're very much in time. So thank you so much for that session. I personally learned a lot, and I'm sure that a number of us has learned something also. Okay, I have someone raising up a hand. I'll hand over the mic to you shortly. I want us to keep it as short as possible. But yeah, over to you, Similuluwa Solomon. Yeah, over to you. Then after that, Victoria, you go on.
You mentioned that Amy is the one that has power for mentoring. Nala, we want you go mentor.
Are you done? Okay, so I have a philosophy to things, or to my own journey. I never believe I'm there yet. I always learn. In fact, I was telling a colleague of mine yesterday that I want to go back to basics. Like, I want to learn from beginning again, because I feel this is 2025. When I started product design, like 2023 or so, the course there, I feel they are kind of outdated. Now you see some product design course outline. They will tell you product design, UI design, AI product design, all those stuff. So I want to know. When I was learning, there was nothing like AI product designer. So I want to go back and learn those stuff. So that's why I always don't believe I am there yet. But of course, I'm open to one or two people that want me to be of help to them.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, he's your guy in this field, so please, you guys, just go to his DM. If you need to get some clarity on things, please reach out to him, and I'm sure he's going to help you in the best of his capacity. Yeah, so Victoria, you have your hands raised. Please, over to you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for that wonderful section. So my question is, I want to ask that, is there a site or somewhere that you can actually get maybe illustration? Like, for me, I'm just a starter, so I just want to ask that, is there somewhere like for just practice? Like, is there somewhere we can get maybe a problem and a solution that we can work on? That's my question.
Oh, well, yes, there are a lot of sites like that. So I remember when I was learning with YouTuber then, and they gave us to design for a loan app. I didn't know where to go, but my instructor then gave us sites like mobin.com or .io, I don't know. So going there, I was able to see how they design fintech app, loan app. There's always a pattern for different type of design. If you are dealing with AI platform, there's pattern for it. If you are dealing with fintech, even under fintech, now we now have maybe payment gateway, loan, and the likes. So I had to go there to see what I was looking for. Another platform again is Dribble. Even though Dribble, most of the design there, they are not really fictional. They are not really functional. They are fictional designs. Sometimes if you look at them, you're like, this thing cannot work now. But most of the designs there, they just design for aesthetic purpose. Another platform is Behance. You can go there and see what people are really doing and learn from it. Like I mentioned the other time, copying. You have to copyright, not just copy, like copyright. Yes, Mobins. Yeah, you are right, boss. Thank you. And Behance, yeah. So copyright. Sometimes too, I get some inspiration, even not much, on Pinterest. But Pinterest, you have to be very sure of your prompt and what you want. Yep, that is it. Then if you ask about icons and the likes. Yeah, there are some plugins in Figma whereby when you install them, you'll be able to see very limited icons or good stuff to use until you do pay version. Yep. I don't know if that answers your question.
Thank you so much. Okay. Adekule Peter, you have your hands raised. We have about 7 minutes, so ask a question so Mr. Fad can respond, and I take it from there. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity and I appreciate the class. So here's my question. About a few months ago, I started learning front-end development. It HTML and CSS, and then when you go to the class, you have to look for an interface or for a what do I want to call that, for a design example to make that particular website. Then went to all these AI websites, and then we got a good design to start with the project, to start building the design. So my question is, the prospect, what's the prospect of product and UI UX design? Since AI can now do it, in fact, the sign up was even free, although we have limited options to use, but we got a free design, one that looks amazing, and then we're able to use. So will AI not wipe UI UX design out in the future? That's my question. Does it pose a threat to it, or what? That's the question. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Peter Adekule. Okay, so I think Mr. Shimi to have a lot to answer about this question, but for me, the answer is no. AI cannot take my space. It will not. In fact, how I see it and how I tell myself every day is, I will use AI to my advantage always, because AI tried, but AI cannot understand people's experience and feelings. AI is a machine. Do you get? So there are even some AI platform now, if you just put in all your prompt, they will design everything for you. But when you come down and look at it, you know this thing cannot work. Because we are dealing with real life app or case study, not fictional stuff. So to me, I feel AI can just advance and make your work faster, like maybe bypass a lot of processes, right? But AI cannot do a lot of things that you need to do, a lot. And that's why I always look at designer that are AI designer right now. I feel like when you meet real life situation, you notice that you didn't get like full knowledge of this product design thing. I will not lie. AI will help you. It will make the work easy and faster, but it cannot take your place. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was like straight to the point, right? Just to buttress a little bit. I mean, I had some other things I didn't want to say, but I think because of time, I'll just keep it short. AI is here to stay, and AI is here to make things better. Is here to make people's life better, right? And you can only be put to advantage or be at a very good edge if you utilize AI in your deliverables. And that's why, as still under this whole tech upskill thing, we plan to actively have a session for this purpose. You would agree with me that AI is really a buzz right now, and I mean BUZZ, right? And it's really like taking over quite a number of things in terms of automations. So the essence of the sessions we'll be having is to show you how you can effectively use AI in these different spheres, in product design, generating mockups, generating PRD and stuff like that. Enough said. We'll be ending this session shortly. I really hope we had a great time here. Not to worry, I see quite a number of people are interested in this space, design and related fields. We would still have sessions uniquely specified for just these sessions, right? And definitely we would have more time to delve deeper. For tomorrow, we would be delving into skills relating to business analysis, project management, scrum master, technical support, SEO specialist, and even digital marketing specialist. And we hope to have our third speaker, Anastasia, that will be telling us how we can build our brand such that we stand out even in our sphere of expertise. So that said, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for availing yourself. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.